Greetings, beautiful gumdrops. It is week 222, and we are talking about the languages we use in our practice and in our Book of Shadows / grimoires. For those of you with shiny faces in the United States, happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Whatever. For those of you around the world, welcome to another Thursday. Okay, so I tend to be someone that studies languages. I would not consider myself a polyglot. A polyglot is someone who speaks multiple languages. However, I have dabbled heavily in English, French, Hebrew, older Hebrew, not so much modern Hebrew. I used to be heavily versed in Cantilian Spanish. So I also am versed in Futhark runes, Ogham runes, the language of the trees, Victorian flower language. Now, not all of these are considered a language per se. However, they're all things that I use in my day-to-day practice. I also consider words and signals that I create as a combination of Roman, Latin bases and, combining things together. In my practice, I also use Egyptian. Now it is Reconstruction Egyptian. We're not 100% sure how ancient Egyptian would sound. But I do use that in my Kemetic practices. And then as far as ancestral stuff goes, yes, my love, I use, lost my train of thought. French. I use Cajun French, because I have ancestors from New Orleans. I use Calderashi, which is a Romanian dialect, or a Romani dialect. A lot of things. And I think if you find power within words, regardless of what language it is, even if it's phrases, as long as you're using phrases that you understand, I don't think it really matters what language you use. I think if you speak English and your whole Book of Shadows and your whole practice is in English, good for you. I think if you are into ceremonial magic and you're using Enochian and Latin, and that works for you, great. If you're like me and you're Kemetic and you use Reconstruction Egyptian, and that works for your practice, that works for your magic, and you understand that within the context of your own book, I think that you should explore that. I think if you find a word or a phrase that means that invokes a lot of emotion in you, regardless of its history, then you should use it. And I know we're playing with that, a cultural appropriation, but I mean, at this point, we're so entrenched in each other's cultures, whether we want to be or not. We've experienced different things. There are things that I hear in Arabic that I think are beautiful. Am I going to put them in my practice yet? No. But if I continue to learn their meaning, learn their cultural significance, and then I still feel like it needs to be in my practice, I'll probably add Arabic. Hawaiian is a beautiful language, and I have Hawaiian ancestors, and so, as I grow with those practices, and as, ancestral magic can go back so many generations. I have Welsh ancestors, Hawaiian ancestors, French ancestors, and so they're all attached. All of their experiences, their lives, are innate in my DNA. And so I think for me to honor them through through their own ancestral works is important. So I have this vast tapestry of languages that I use and are constantly learning more, as it helps me connect to who I am and where my path is. So I think it's important for you to expand that and explore that and do what works for you. So I will see you guys next week as we explore another topic here on Starting Out Solitary.